Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the rejected enemy. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. I bear witness openly that there is no deity or God worthy of worship except Allah, the one and only, and there is nothing like unto him. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. And I bear witness openly that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is Allah's slave servant and his messenger. I want to move the board over here first. And I want to make an opening comment, just reviewing a commitment that I made many years ago. Well, I know how many years ago it was, but we're talking about a lot of time. But anyway, I made a commitment that I would never leave this community. And the reason why was because of what Allah had done for me through this community. All right. So I didn't want to just, I want to be a good Muslim, and I want to keep getting to be a better Muslim every day. But I also want to be mindful of where I come from. And because, you can't really be grateful to Allah if you don't appreciate what He has given you. Your gratitude is nothing but words if you don't appreciate what He has brought to you in your life. And so it is through this community that I received my first guidance. Even before Imam Mohammed came into office, I was saved out of the streets because I was on my way to the graveyard fast. I would leave home every day and kiss my children goodbye. I had a 38 special on my side, an M1 rifle under and a 25 automatic on one side, 38 special on the other side, and an M1 rifle under my car seat. And when I leave, I knew that when I had a confrontation with the police, that I was going to get killed. That's why I would kiss them goodbye. But I intended to take some with me, and Allah has brought me from that with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and now up to this day. So I look like a fool leaving something that saved my life literally. I don't mean just spiritually, literally. So anyway, let's get into what we're so. Inshallah, not only do I want to be a good Muslim, but I want to be a good Muslim in this community, and I want to make a contribution as long as I can. All right. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to start working with short surahs. And in the process of dealing with the short surahs, which some of them you may already know, you may know all of them already, in reciting them for your prayers. Then we will show you different aspects of the language, certain rules, sun letter rules, and so forth as we go through these short surahs. So today we're going to deal with Surah Al-Ikhlas. Ikhlas. And the first thing I want to tell you about Ikhlas is that the word Ikhlas is not mentioned in it anywhere. Not all surahs, but many of the surahs in the Quran will have their name somewhere in the early verses. In the early verses, and you read the commentary. If it's not in the early verses, then the connotations are going to let you know that this is an exception. It's only you don't get to the word until you get down to ayat 21 or something like that. But this surah has no mention of the word ikhlas in it. But the essence of what is said, or what we are told to say, constitutes khalis. Ikhlas, khalis is coming from the word ikhlas. It constitutes getting down to the truth by eliminating everything else that is insignificant. So I thought this is a good surah. Since after we've done the Al-Fatiha, I thought this is a good surah for us to start off with. And I'm not teaching recitation, but you can learn to recite it, and you should. When I say I'm not teaching register, I mean I'm not going to go over it and over it. I said, you said, I said, you said, I said, you said, like that. That is one way of learning to recite. But a better way is to learn it word by word slowly, but understanding what you're saying when you do. And why is what it is what you're saying. And that is making the connection. Because that's what Allah tells us to do, make connections. He says to us in more than one place in the Quran, but in the 12th chapter and the second ayat, he says, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. We have sent it down. Surely we have sent it down. Inna, surely we have sent, referring to himself, we have sent it down, an Arabic Quran, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, that you might make the connections. And so that's what understanding is all about, making the connections. And it's easy to make the connection in the Arabic. That's why he chose the Arabic. It's easy to make it. In other languages, you have to be a super linguist in order to chase a word down. In Arabic, it's very simple. In order to find the word in the dictionary, you're going to have to figure out what the root word is. That's some of the things we're going to show you as we go to show you what the root word is. And in that root word, then the scholars tell us, and Allah told them to tell us because He has it. He says that's why the connection is. That the root word is when you have derivatives from the root word, they are just various flavorings of that root word. In other words, they're going to always have that root word, some part of that root word in their meaning. All right? Meaning that it's like a child who's born of a man and a woman, a mother and father. He's going to have some combination of DNA that lets you know who the parents are. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about making the connection, get to the DNA of the word. Okay. So now the surah that we have on the board, I think I got everything. It says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And I should have brought my pointy in with me, but I'll just get to it because some things I said that I need to point to. But anyway, let's deal with the first word. We've already broken down Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Can we get it for you?
It's in the back. It's in the back of the Jeep somewhere back there. Okay, all right. It's a metal rod.
Yes.
Okay. It's not a teacher's pointer like a little pretty little point. Okay, all right. Okay, so now we've already broken down Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim when we were doing the Al-Fatiha. So let's deal with the first word here. And what I'm going to do is underline the word so that everything that I write up here, you'll be able, the last word that's underlined, you should be able to look back over so you can see what. So this first word is kul. So that's what I'm going to be talking about now. Now next one, we'll underline another word, then we're through with that, all right? Kul is coming from this word. Qawala. Qawala. And qawala means to say someone said something. All right, to say someone said something. Now, my reason for pointing this word, working on this one is because this word here, this letter here is called a weak letter. All right, that's a weak letter. Your verbs are either what they call strong verbs or weak verbs. Most of the Arabic is a verbal language, so most of your root words are, most of your words are just about, I'd say 99% of your root words are third person, meaning it's talking about someone did something. Third person, and it's past tense, it's already done. It's masculine, and it's singular. So the language is not only a verbal language, but it's a language of witnessing. If I say you did something, that means I'm witnessing what you did, right? Now, look at how that is akin to our faith in itself. In order for us to become Muslim, officially become Muslim, we know we're born Muslim, but officially become a Muslim, what do we have to do? We have to make shahada. Shahada comes from the word shahada, which means to witness or to be present. All right? So, it is a language of not only a verb, but a language of witnessing. And isn't that solid information? Because since we didn't create anything, then all we can do is witness what was created already. You see how sound that is? We're witnesses of and so our language, the Arabic language in itself, keeps us reminded that we're just witnesses. We're witnessing, all right? And so this is a weak verb, so I'll point to it because it's a lesson. This is an additional lesson here to show you. Weak verb. Verbs can be weak, singularly weak. This is singularly weak. Double weak and triple weak, all right? If singular weak means it's got one vowel, letter or vowel sign on a hamza. I mean, not having a letter on. That is a part of the root word. And the vowel letter here is this. Wow. You know, we have three vowel letters. We have a, e, and oo, right? So this is one. All right? So that is. What do we mean by weak? We mean that words can derive from it, and that weak letter can change. It can change to another of the weak letters. Now, it can never change to a consonant now, but it can change to another weak letter. All right? So this can change from this to this or this. It's already this, all right? From this to this or this. And so this particular word here is a good one to show you, making the lesson complete. Here's what happens with this weak letter now. I'm going to erase this. I should leave the weak letters up here. This is a, e, and oo. All right. All right. So now there's the root word qawla, and then from qawla we have the word qala. And qala means he said. Then from that we get another word. See, you see what happened? The vowel changed to this, all right? See, that changed this. So this is not in this word, but it's coming from that same word. Then we have the word qila. And qila means they said, or it was said to them. Qila. So what happened? The vowel changed. See, this letter here, this is what it looks like when it's in the middle, this letter here. So it changed from this to this to this, all right? Then we have the word that's over there, qul. What happened to the vowel, to that long, the vowel? It disappeared altogether, all right? So those are the three different ways that a weak letter can be treated, and you have to learn how to suspect that when you see a word. And if you don't see three consonants that look like that's the root letter, and you can't find anything in the dictionary on it, then start examining to see if it's a weak verb. I don't know any science that tell you exactly, oh, you know it's this. It may be some, but I don't know it. You know when if I don't have a suspicion of what, I'll go to all three of them until I find it. If the word looked like it might come from, for instance, with this word kul, if I didn't know already, then I would go to qala, and then I would go to qila, and then I would go to kula. All right. And by the way, some dictionaries will show you words like that, but tell you where they come from. And if you, for instance, if you go to qala and you see it there, and then after qala, it will have something in parentheses. And it'll say something like this, that's letting you know that this word comes from qawla in parentheses. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff. If you look in the dictionary, you see a whole bunch of Arabic words, box, with no English definition after them, just a bunch of words. When you look after each one of those words, you're going to see something in parentheses. That tells you where to go to find that word. All right. Each one of those words that's in the this will be at the beginning of a letter. Like when you find that, we go to the qaf and you get to open up a qaf. then you'll see a whole bunch of words. There'll be a word listed, then there'll be parentheses after it. And the parentheses is telling you where you have to go to find that word, all right? Okay, so now,